I love Copilot, and I know I'm not alone. Millions of people around the world are using it every day to be more productive. But there are a few things that frustrated me, and I know a lot of other people as well. The memory feature, Microsoft have fixed. If you haven't seen that video, it is linked down in the description where we discuss Copilot being able to remember more about you and how you like your formatted responses. A fantastic feature. One of the things I always found frustrating was that for those kinds of prompts that I run regularly, I had to remember to kind of go in and do that. So if I wanted to summarize a project or what's been happening across my team within the last week, I would have to go into Copilot, paste in the same prompt again, wait for the response. What we really wanted was Copilot on autopilot. And that's what we now have. We have scheduled prompts from Microsoft. Those of you who've been using Copilot for a little while may remember around 5 or 6 months ago, we had a very short-lived feature called Actions, which Microsoft put into preview and then quickly removed again. Well, they've kind of updated it and it's come back to life as scheduled prompts. So you know the deal. Let's head on over to the computer and take a look. Okay, so here I am in my standard Copilot window. So I'm going to put in a prompt. This is the kind of thing that I might want to run on a regular basis, and we'll see what Copilot comes up with. So I'll ask for the latest updates on Regal Rovers across emails, Teams, messages, and files. Those of you who've watched the previous video and our webinars will be aware of our fictional mobile dog grooming business. So here I just want a status update, what's been happening. I will ask Copilot for that. Here's a consolidated view based on 12 file results, a Teams message. There's no relevant emails at the moment. Nice use of emojis again. I've got the latest announcement. We've got the little megaphone there, like that. Big fan of emojis. A recent Teams message by me announced the launch of the website. That is true. I put that in the Teams channel just a little while ago, highlighting some of the features. And we've got a nice table here with a key summary of documents and planning materials. Those of you who watched the previous video on Copilot memory will remember that I do like to have my data in tables. I told Copilot that and it remembered it. So fantastic. It's summarized that data for me in those tables, gives me the file, gives me the description of it, when it was modified and who the author was. In this case, it's all me. It's given me the prompts it can summarize of the marketing plan or draft up following communications. Okay, great. This is exactly the kind of thing that I would want to run on a regular basis. So to do that, I can click on the little 3 dots menu and I can say, schedule this prompt. And it brings up this neat little dialog box with a lot of flexibility there. So I can say I would like this to run at a specific time. I can get it to run every day, get it to run every week. I'm going to say run this at 3:30 on a Friday, and I can set it to run up to 15 times. That is the limit at the moment, so it will not run forever. But that gives me 15 weeks worth, so that's probably quite good. But it even gives me the date as well. So it says this will repeat every Friday until Friday the 7th of November. Great. So I'm just going to save that, and we can see that is initializing. So if I wanted to check on the status of my scheduled prompts, perhaps update them, run them manually if I want to, or to delete them, that's really simple. I can go up to my settings menu in the top right hand corner here. I have this scheduled prompts. I can click on that and I can see I can, when this is next going to run, so it's going to run on the 1st of August. I know that's going to run in around 10 minutes, which is at 3:30 p.m. But if I want, I can turn it off, I can delete it, or I can run it now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run this manually now rather than waiting 10 minutes, and we'll see how that looks. And there we go. You'll see how that this little pop-up window has appeared. So the latest updates on Regal Rovers. I can click here to go to the conversation, to go directly to it if I want. But you will see over on the conversations tab on the left-hand side here, this little red dot just kind of lit up, and I can expand that and I can see that this has run, and I can click through and see that. So it's really, really great feature because it means I don't have to be sat in the Copilot window waiting for it to run. It will just run in the background, and I can come back to Copilot and I will see that my conversations tab is lit up, and any prompts that I've scheduled Copilot to run will sit there as their own separate little threaded conversation. So I might decide to run a few of these on a Friday afternoon. I might be on leave on a Friday afternoon, but when I come back into the office on Monday morning, they're sat there and waiting for me. So there we go, Copilot on autopilot. Love it. This is going to make me so much more productive. I do run the same kinds of prompts quite regularly, and it usually is across projects, what's been happening with my team. One of the big things that I would normally do on a Friday would be to look at what's coming up in my calendar for next week. I have a prompt which looks ahead at the next week, looks at upcoming customer meetings, and helps me to prepare. If I can get Copilot to do that for me automatically, it just saves me a lot of time having to remember to do that. And the great thing is, if I'm on leave on a Friday, which does happen from time to time, then I know that Copilot will just be able to run that for me, and I can come back to my desk on a Monday morning. I know I can look in that conversations window and the response will be sat there waiting for me. And if you'd like to talk to us about anything Copilot, SharePoint, Teams, OneDrive, or anything else M365 related, then head on over to our website at iglootech.com. It is linked down in the description. Fill out the contact form and we'd love to talk to you.